I think that it's going to take, the federal government descheduling and decriminalizing at the very least, if not regulating and taxing cannabis to even start to get the clinical trials and the research that we need to have in order to really get everyone on board.
Well, fortunately enough, there is a lot of research now that is actually being done. And though what will happen is, any change in or any kinds of revolutionary change in medicine is met with the most vehement resistance of any product, of anything in the world. Mm-hmm. So, you're going to find over the next 3 to 4 years, I think, as more and more data gets published in medical peer-reviewed journals talking about the efficaciousness of cannabis, you'll see a civil war happening on the planet, like you do right now.
Right.
I mean, the universities refusing to teach about the endocannabinoid system, where this is something that was discovered using federal dollars to do the research. How stupid can you be?
Right.
But, and turn around and not admit to the fact that these, in fact, are endocannabinoids that we've found. This is not something that's been made up. This is true.
Absolutely.
So, but again, we're living in a time when people don't want the truth.
Well, yeah, they don't want to know about it. They don't want to know what any drug does to their system. They don't want to know much about anything really right now in this time we're living in. People are comfortable knowing less because the truth about anything makes them uncomfortable, really. Absolutely. And that's what cannabis helps really reveal, is the truth about not only the medicinal benefits, but as a consciousness sort of opener and elevator.
Sure.
It makes you confront some things.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about your, I'm not going to run out of time, but we got a little bit left. Talk to me a little bit about your podcast and what got you started in doing the podcast.
Weed and Grub is a podcast that I do with Mike Glazer, who's a comedian.
I like the name, by the way.
Oh,
two things that go well together. Weed and Grub.
Yeah, we kind of figured those are the cornerstones for any great conversation.
Sure.
So sometimes it's about weed and sometimes it's about grub, and sometimes we just enjoy weed and grub and we have conversations with people about anything under the sun. Mike and I met when I was at High Times, and he was making funny videos where he was like getting high and hanging out with a sloth or smoking with Snoop. And we just hit it off, and we decided that we wanted to talk to each other all the time. And we launched the podcast, just sort of us. The format was really loose, just chatting and hanging out. And then we started having guests on, and we've grown from there. And just in the past year, we've grown so much, and we've spoken to, we had Jim Belushi and Tommy Chong, and
I think I'm going to have Jim Belushi on here pretty soon, within a month or so.
He's the most fun. He's such a good interview. He's so much fun to talk to. And, we've also had people who don't necessarily consume cannabis, but they're allies or advocates for the movement. Mm-hmm. We just had drag queen Trixie Mattel, who's the winner of RuPaul's All Stars.
Yes.
Trixie doesn't actually smoke, but, is just a fascinating person and wanted